It's another beautiful day. I'm Tim the Piano Man, and here is another chronicle from the road of a piano player that plays at retirement communities. It's about 8:48 in the morning. Usually leave a little bit earlier for this Jackson run, Jackson, Mississippi. I'm driving from Memphis to Jackson, and I love it. 55 South is probably my favorite highway to drive, one of them. Although I do really like 155, which goes from about Union City to crosses the Mississippi River. I really like that one. I've had some cool moments on that highway. Just beautiful weather, all the windows open, blasting music, just feeling just so great and so wonderful. The 55 South is wonderful because there's not a ton of 18-wheeler traffic. On the highway to Little Rock and back from Memphis, which is I-40, which is a big highway, so chances are if you're watching this, then you know I-40 if you're in the south or the southwest or the southeast. I'm still struggling with this skin thing that's going on. I think it has to do with my diet and the hats. I think I need to clean my hats, honestly. I'm not sure how to do that. If you know how to do that, let me know in the comments. It is what it is. If that's my biggest struggle, then I think I'm winning at life. My hairline is receding, and I haven't cut it in a long time, but that's part of, you know, being a mid-30s man of my lineage. I'm loving it, y'all. This is me, raw, unfiltered. I have 3 gigs in Jackson, Mississippi today, which is an extraordinarily low amount compared to what I'm used to. The reason is because, well, when I changed my prices, I went from $125 an hour to $150 an hour from 2023 to 2024. I explained that in order to make it work, if an activities director wanted to skip a gig to make the numbers work, they can do that if they're on a monthly basis. And so that's what's happening. Only 3 of the gigs stayed on and have the budget. And I haven't done a lot of follow-ups and calls to new facilities to drum up new business. And that's on me, and that's just what it is. $450 a day for a musician, driving there, driving back, is really not that bad. Although I've made $900 a day in Jackson before, which is pretty crazy. I'm happy about that. Oh, and that's 6 gigs in a day. If I stay healthy and stay relaxed and have an extra cup of coffee, then I can make that no problem. And then there's a 3-hour drive there and back. And I've done that. It's taxing. It's definitely taxing, but I like it. I like the challenge, y'all. One way that I ensure that I'm able to tackle the challenge is I stay healthy and I exercise. In previous videos I have talked about this. Exercise for me is something that I like to do. I like to lift weights and do some cardio at the gym, and that feels really good. And then, of course, I gotta balance that with a couple other things. Stretching, yoga, martial arts. I practice Tai Chi, which I find to be very relaxing. It's great for energy, very relaxing. And yoga. I'm not practicing as much as I used to, but it's just great for stretching and just feeling centered if you're into that kind of thing. And then another thing that I like to do is if I don't have a ton of time, I'll do a high-intensity interval training workout at home with a kettlebell. And I like that because it's a great way to get, it's like you get cardio, you get your heart rate up, and you lift weights at the same time. So it seems to me to be pretty efficient. And I did that this morning. I did that before breakfast. So I am rocking and rolling, y'all. I feel great. Had my exercise, had my breakfast. Now I'm on 55 South. One thing that I noticed is that I am running a little bit behind today, which I feel a lot of the times inordinately guilty about. That's just me. You know, I'm hard on myself. That's just my personality. I have very high standards, I think. I'm not the kind of person that just likes to accept less than his best simply because not everybody else that is around me is doing their best. There are a lot of people that are not doing their best, y'all, and they want you to be mediocre with them to make them feel better about not trying their best. That ain't for me, y'all. I smile politely. I don't call them out on anything except, I guess, behind the camera right now. I want to work hard, y'all. I want to work hard. I want to have those 6 gigs in a day. It's up to me. I'm in control of my destiny. It's up to me to call these gigs, to call these activities directors. It's up to me to work on my pitch. It's up to me to build the relationships and to realize that maybe one thing works better than the other thing, and to keep trying new things, and really respect and appreciate my customers, because that's good business, y'all. I strive to do good work, strive to do my best every day, and I have fun doing it. That's what it's like for me as a piano player playing at retirement communities. My first gig in Jackson, Mississippi is 11:15 a.m. It's 11:15 to 12:15, and this is a lunch gig. Yeah, they eat lunch kind of early, y'all. They also eat dinner early. A lot of communities, these retired people, they want to be in bed by 7 or 8 o'clock. They'll be up at 5 or 6. They don't have a ton to do. Sleep is important for the elderly. Anyways, and then I have a 2 p.m. at a memory care, and then I walk right over to a 3 p.m. in the same facility. That's a pro tip, y'all. Some facilities will own different sub-facilities. So by that I mean there'll be one facility, call it the Langford at Oxford Commons. That's not a real place, but it's just this example facility that I use, especially when I'm talking with my awesome virtual assistant, and we're running drills, and I'm teaching. The Langford at Oxford Commons. Shout out to Nessie. Thank you. You're such a helpful and such a joy. So thank you. Langford at Oxford Commons will own an independent living facility, which is basically like a 55 plus retirement community with amenities. 55 plus apartment complex with amenities. That's what an independent living facility is, y'all. People that are just retired, they're loving life, they still drive out, they have social life, they live life, they visit their kids, their grandkids, their friends, they go out to eat. And they'll eat in the dining room, sometimes 2 or 3 meals a day at the facility. The facility will have custodial staff, they'll have dining staff, they will have activities directors and administrators, and there's going to be an accountant or a business office manager. And let's see, what else is there? A marketing director, because it's a business and they want to get people in there. Residents paying the rent and keeping the wheels of the financial part of that organization spinning. A lot of the times there's going to be one ownership company that owns either the real estate and or the management company. Now, the company that owns the real estate might rent it out to a different management company, and then the management company will do their thing. It's possible that the ownership company owns both the real estate and the management company, or the operating company. So that happens sometimes too. Now, to tie this all back to what I was talking about, the ownership company might own Langford at Oxford Commons Independent Living and the Langford at Oxford Commons Memory Care Flower Garden Memory Care Unit, or whatever it's called. So they might own different facilities. And then also too, there might be a Langford at Oxford Commons Assisted Living. So that's a different level of care, y'all. Assisted living is, as opposed to independent living, assisted living need a little bit extra care. They hire more nurses, and it's more expensive because there's 24-hour health care there. These people need assistance in the daily tasks. They can't open, jars. They might not have full access of their mobility. They might be in a wheelchair, so they need extra care. So that's an assisted living facility. Sometimes it's so big that they have 2 or 3 different activities directors, which means sometimes, not all the time, and you have to do your diligence to find this out. Sometimes they have 3 different operating budgets for each one of those facilities, which means you can book 3 gigs in a day. Now, that doesn't always happen to me. In fact, it's a rare thing. It's like the golden goose. It's a gem when that happens, when you can book 2 or 3 gigs at one facility in a day, because you save money on gas, and all you have to do, you just book it out. Sometimes you get paid in one check, which is great. This happened at a facility in Arkansas that I work with. Shout out to Cindy. Thank you, Cindy. My arrangement with them is I would play around Christmas time. Actually, usually the first of the month, they'd have their Christmas event. And I would play December 1st. A lot of the time, it was December 1st, the first Friday of December. And she would book me in 5 different wings. Yes, there's about 5 different wings, and then a 6th for the same, for independent living twice. So I'd play during lunch, and then I play during dinner, and then I play at assisted living, memory care, and skilled nursing. So that's another possible wing, y'all. Skilled nursing is sometimes even more healthcare than assisted living. So it's even more. There's a lot of options for care for the elderly, y'all. And it does get expensive, but there's people with money out there, and they're paying for their quality of life. That's the exchange there. That's the exchange, and it's part of my business and my joy to entertain the elderly at retirement communities and bring joy into their lives. And you can do this too if you're a musician, y'all. If you're a musician and you want to get into this, read my ebook, easypianogigs.com/ebook. It's only $5 at the time of this video. I'll probably raise the price at some point because I need to. And it's 88 pages of exactly how I built my business and what I do to run it. And it's really wonderful, y'all. If you feel called to this kind of service, you can make good money doing it. You don't have to just volunteer. You'll get more respect from the communities than if you just volunteer. And it also holds you to account as well, which might not be very fun to hear. But if there's a contract, whether it's verbal or written, and right now for me it's just verbal, if there's a contract, then you're more likely to put it on your calendar and not forget it. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.